The moment the security guard stepped in front of him, the entire hall seemed to hold its breath. In the bright midday light pouring through the glass walls of the Civic auditorium, a tired single father stood frozen, clutching a worn folder and a small paper bag of lunch he had packed himself. He looked out of place among polished uniforms and tailored suits, and the whispers began instantly. Some saw only a man in faded clothes who didn't belong there. Others saw a quiet dignity in the way he straightened his shoulders as security tried to remove him, unaware that his presence carried a truth powerful enough to silence the room. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that restore faith in humanity, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Life Spark Stories. Your support helps these stories reach hearts that need them most. The man's name was Armin Halim, a single father who had spent the last 7 years raising his son alone after loss had hollowed his world. He worked nights repairing electrical panels and mornings packing lunches, measuring life in sacrifices no one applauded. That day, he had taken unpaid time off to attend a public ceremony honoring national service, not because he expected recognition, but because he had promised his late wife he would never forget who he was before life broke him down. His clothes were clean but old, his hands rough, his eyes carrying the quiet exhaustion of a man who never stopped showing up. Security saw only the surface, assuming he was lost, assuming he was a problem. As guards pressed closer, murmurs rippled through the audience. Armin felt the familiar sting of judgment, the same one he had felt at parent-teacher meetings and hospital corridors, where people measured worth by appearances. He didn't resist. He never did. Years of hardship had taught him that dignity sometimes meant enduring humiliation in silence. The folder he carried contained documents yellowed with time, proof of a life few knew about, but he hadn't come to display them. He had come to sit quietly, to remember, and then to leave unnoticed. The ceremony paused under the noon sun as a young woman seated near the front slowly stood. Her presence shifted the air instantly. Her name was Ariba Rahman, the daughter of a respected general whose legacy filled history books and memorial halls. She was known for her calm strength and sharp sense of justice, traits inherited from a father who had taught her that honor was not about rank, but about sacrifice. As she turned toward the commotion, her eyes locked onto Armin, and something in her expression changed from confusion to recognition. The room grew silent as Ariba stepped forward, her heels echoing softly across the floor. She didn't raise her voice, but her words carried weight as she revealed what no one else knew. Armin was not an intruder. He was the man who had once saved lives during a critical operation years ago, a specialist whose courage had altered the course of her own family's story. When others had retreated, he had stayed. When chaos reigned, he had acted. He had walked away afterward without medals or applause, choosing family over recognition, and life had never given him a soft landing since. Faces shifted from suspicion to shock, from judgment to shame. The guards stepped back, their hands falling to their sides as the truth settled heavily over the room. Armin stood stunned, his chest tight, as years of invisibility cracked open in the brightest part of the day. He hadn't asked to be remembered. He had only hoped not to be erased. The general himself rose slowly, age bending his frame but not his resolve, and the room witnessed something rare and human as respect replaced rank. In that moment, Armin wasn't just a struggling single father anymore. He was a reminder that heroes don't always wear uniforms, that some carry their bravery quietly into ordinary lives filled with unpaid bills and bedtime stories. The applause that followed wasn't loud at first. It started small, hesitant, then grew until it filled every corner of the sunlit hall. Armin felt tears blur his vision, not from pride, but from relief. For once, his son would hear a different story about his father, one that spoke of worth instead of struggle. As the ceremony continued, Armin took his seat, no longer alone in the crowd. Something had shifted inside him, a gentle healing he didn't know he needed. He would return to his routine tomorrow, to work and worry and responsibility, but he would carry this moment like a quiet flame, proof that even unseen sacrifices matter. If this story touched your heart, moved you, or reminded you to look twice at the people around you, please take a moment near the end of this video to like, share, and subscribe to Life Spark Stories so more meaningful stories like this can be told. And before the final moments fade, we have a special request for you. Comment below and share what this story made you feel, because your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today.